Today we're looking at the second gen Bose QC Ultra earbuds and how they stack up to the competition in terms of sound, noise cancellation, call quality, all the major categories. But before we do that, let's actually talk about what they changed compared to the first gen QC Ultra. That way you can decide if you should save some money, stick with the first gen, or if you should shell out the extra cash and go for the second gen. First off is a new color. The second gen are available in this deep plum option, which I will admit is a nice change of pace compared to the usual black and white. Now, when it comes to the case, the biggest change is wireless charging. Honestly, I never understood why it wasn't included on the first gen. For $300 earbuds, I think wireless charging should come standard, so I'm definitely glad to see that they brought it back. You can also finally check the case's battery life inside the Bose app. Aside from that, the case looks nearly the same with just slightly bigger branding on the front. The earbuds themselves haven't changed much. You got the same fit with silicone ear tips and stability bands, and you have the same touch controls, including sliding up and down the stem for volume. Now, according to Bose, the second gen have better bass response and cleaner highs. A lot of times, statements like this are just kind of marketing fluff, but that's not exactly the case here. After some back and forth testing, I will say the sound is improved. The bass hits a little bit deeper and vocals are also a bit more defined. Now, I wouldn't say it's a drastic difference, but it is a difference nonetheless. And as usual, there's a 3-band EQ for you to make any changes you see fit. Now, as far as noise cancellation, I haven't noticed too much of a difference, which isn't a bad thing. The noise cancellation was already top tier, so that just kind of carries over to the second gen. Now, according to Bose, there's less background hiss created by the noise cancellation. Honestly, it's not something I ever noticed on the first gen, so for me, the noise cancellation seems to be about the same, which again, isn't a bad thing whatsoever. When it comes to transparency mode, these seem to pick up about the same level of ambient sound, but they have improved the Active Sense technology, which is their adaptive noise cancellation. For example, if you're using transparency mode and there's a sudden loud noise, the earbuds will use noise cancellation to basically eliminate it. That way it just kind of protects your ears. Most flagship earbuds have this feature to some degree, but I will say that Bose is definitely the most effective at it. With the second gen, it seems to be a touch more responsive than before, and it's actually really impressive how quickly the earbuds react to any sudden noise. Things like shutting a car door or dropping something on the ground are instantly canceled out. And then there's microphone performance. This is arguably the biggest difference between the second gen and the first gen. According to Bose, the second gen have the best call quality they've ever released thanks to something called speech clarity. It's an AI-based technology that allows the microphones to focus on your voice while suppressing background noises.
All right, so the first thing that should be improved compared to the first generation Quiet Comfort Ultra is microphone performance. So right now what you guys are listening to is a direct sample coming from the microphones. And now what you guys are listening to is a sample coming from the first gen Quiet Comfort Ultra. So I'll let you guys be the judge.
Of all the Bose products that I've tested over the years, this is definitely the best microphone performance that I've personally seen. So we've got wireless charging, the case battery indicator, slightly improved sound, improved active sense, and a huge improvement in microphone quality. So now let's go ahead and see how the second gen stack up against the competition. When it comes to connection, the QC Ultra automatically go in the first tier along with the Momentum 4 and the XM5 since they all have multi-point connection. You can connect to 2 devices regardless of ecosystem. Apple and Samsung only give you seamless switching within their own ecosystem. As far as connecting to a single device at a time, any one of these is going to be just fine. Comfort is always personal, but for me, I put the QC Ultra in the second tier along with the XM5. The traditional stem style of the AirPods and the Galaxy Buds is the most comfortable. I'd probably give a slight edge to the AirPods just because I feel like the shape is the most ergonomic, but overall that stem style just feels the least intrusive. Now the QC Ultra are stem style as well, but they're obviously a bit thicker. The Momentum 4 are a bit boxy and rigid, which just doesn't work well with my small ears. Now on the flip side, Stability is where the QC Ultra shine. Again, this is obviously going to be subjective, but for me, I put the QC Ultra in the first tier along with the Momentum 4. The combination of ear tips and stability bands does a great job of keeping the earbuds in place. With the Momentum 4, you've got a similar setup with an earwing design. The other 3 earbuds fall into the second tier simply because they don't have anything to help lock the earbuds in place. Sound is another category that's going to be subjective. Personally, I put the QC Ultra in the second tier behind the Momentum 4. Honestly, the QC Ultras sound great. As I said earlier, the sound is slightly improved compared to the first gen. It's full, it's rich, the bass is absolutely incredible. If you like that low-end rumble, that deep sub bass, these definitely deliver. The clarity, the treble, it's well balanced, and for the most part, it keeps the mids and highs in check. They don't get quite as bright as some of the others, even with EQ adjustments. Something else I would say is that these aren't the loudest of the group. I think they're plenty loud for the average person, but if you're a volume junkie, you might find yourself wishing they had just another tick of volume. As far as the Momentum 4, if you follow the channel, then you know I always speak highly of these in terms of sound. And to put it simply, I feel like these produce the widest range of frequencies, especially once you go through the sound personalization. It completely transforms the sound. The dynamic range is excellent. The bass, the mids, the highs, everything is just powerful and punchy. From there, I'd go with the XM5 in the third tier. These are very well balanced, and honestly, they might be the most balanced of the entire group, specifically the mid to higher frequencies. The mid-range is very impressive, and these have some of the best vocal presence of the entire lineup. These also have really solid bass. By most standards, I think it's more than enough. It just doesn't quite have the same low-end rumble as the QC Ultra or the Momentum 4. From there, I'd go with the Galaxy Buds Pro 3. I just wish these had a bit more bass. Everything else is great. The clarity is excellent. The higher frequencies are extremely detailed. They're probably some of the most detailed earbuds on the market. And in the final tier, I'd go with the AirPods. The sound is perfectly fine. There's just nothing that really stands out compared to the others. I think comfort, lifestyle features, and ecosystem benefits is what really gives these their value. When it comes to noise cancellation, I've done a lot of these comparison style videos over the years, and it kind of gets to a point where it feels like you're chasing your tail trying to figure out which one has better noise cancellation, because it depends on a few things. It depends on the fit and the seal that you're able to get. It also depends on the type of noise that you're looking to cancel. So for me, I put the QC Ultra in the first tier along with the AirPods and the Galaxy Buds Pro. Whether you're looking to eliminate distractions while you're commuting, while you're working, studying, you can't go wrong with either of the three. From there, I'd put the XM5 in the second tier. The ANC with these depends a lot on how your ears cooperate with those foam tips. And in the final tier, the Momentum 4. Now, to be fair, all 5 of these earbuds have amazing noise cancellation, and the differences are pretty subtle. Moving over to transparency, I have the QC Ultra in the final tier simply because I feel like the others pass through more of your ambient sounds. I've got the AirPods and the Galaxy Buds leading the pack. I think the transparency mode on those is the closest to not having anything in your ears. Now, the other thing to consider is that active sense or adaptive noise cancellation feature. And when it comes to that, the QC Ultra are the absolute best. They're easily the most responsive and effective. If you're going for a walk, let's say you're passing through a construction zone and you're using the transparency mode, anytime there's a jackhammer or any loud equipment, these are going to respond instantly and cancel any of those sudden noises to help protect your ears. Now, as far as microphone performance, I'll let you guys decide for yourself, but for me, I actually think the QC Ultra sound the best, which hasn't been the case in years past.
Again, this is a microphone test outdoor environment. As you guys can see, currently what you're listening to is the second gen Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra. And now what you guys are listening to is a microphone test of the AirPods Pro. Again, outdoor environment, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. And now what you guys are listening to are the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, outdoor environment, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Next up, we have the Sony WF-1000 XM5 outdoor environment. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And now we have the Sennheiser True Wireless Momentum 4. Again, same outdoor environment. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Now, I think you'll be just fine taking a phone call with any of these. There's obviously some differences in how they handle noise reduction. Also, some give the voice more presence in the bass, some more presence in the treble. But the one that stood out to me the most is the QC Ultra. It did a great job of reducing background noise, and it kept the voice very full while maintaining great clarity. This is definitely a step forward for Bose. For years, their mics have always had this hollow, echoey effect on the voice, but that seems to be fixed. All things considered, I like what Bose has done. I'm glad they brought back wireless charging. Again, in this price range, I think that should come standard. Also, the sound is slightly improved, and the biggest change is the call quality. Top tier sound, top tier ANC, and now top tier call quality makes these even more compelling in the premium market. They're finally available in the States, so if you want to grab a pair, I will have the link in the description. Feel free to check that out. And aside from that, appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.